Fun fact, if you want to record a podcast and you can't troubleshoot the issue of why you can't record, just remember, it helps to turn on the damn microphone. It's going to be a show. Hello, everyone. Thank you for downloading the MontesMayhem podcast, episode 9 specifically. You have a choice of a lot of podcasts out there, and for some reason, you're listening to this one still. I appreciate it. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Now that we're past we're troubleshooting some of the issues that I had before, it's one of those podcasts where I'm hitting about a little bit of baseball, a little bit of horror, and a little bit of comic books. It's like the Zelda trifecta, the Triforce of topics for me. So, I'm happy. So all is well. What to hit on today? I think I'm going to start with the baseball stuff first. I just want to hit on real quickly, because the news is coming out. The Yankees snapped their 9-game losing streak. They're playing the Nationals right now. They just tied it up at 1 at the time of this recording. But I feel like the Angels are somehow losing even more so. So Mike Trout heading to the injured list again with another wrist injury. One of the greatest players of our lifetime, or current times, I should say. And poor guy just can't. He's always hurt. It just sucks. He's always freaking hurt. And this is happening at the same time when Ohtani, so many big questions. Looks like he has major surgery at one point, maybe, don't know exactly, happening. He's not pitching for the rest of the season because of a torn ligament in his pitching elbow. But does that mean he's going to be able to DH and play right field? I'm not a doctor. Hell no. I am not a doctor. But it's just so unfortunate, the fact that, these amazing players are not being able to stay on the field. Because, let's be honest, if you're going to a ball game, if you're, whether you're home or a visitor's team or whatever, like, you want to be able to see these guys play. I mean, I remember when I was a kid for visiting clubhouse, like seeing Ken Griffey Jr. in the outfield of Yankee Stadium, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So I feel bad for anyone who might have bought tickets for the rest of the year, hoping that they were going to see Trout or Ohtani play, and they're not going to be there. It's unfortunate, and it's a big setback for that organization. So we'll see what happens in the interim. Moving on to a little bit of happier stuff. I was talking with somebody yesterday. Hi, Anna. And we were talking about just like horror movie recommendations and trying to like narrow them down. And, as I mentioned before, I brought up my love for the movie Psycho, how I used it in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, how I used it in a film class in college for a thesis paper. And that I'm looking to always just like dive deep into like that film specifically, but it kind of like set off a continuation of just like, some movies aren't just for horror or for comedy or what have you. Some of it's like, there's like a deeper meaning and sometimes behind it. And it made me like kind of, since then, I'm like, I kind of miss like, everyone wants to talk reviews of movies, but I kind of miss like the film theory, the film analogy, if you would, of movies. And there's one recent show that dropped on Shudder. I'm surprised, another Shudder drop right there. That hits on film, like kind of a mini film theory class. A great way to just find out about movies maybe you just don't know about. And something that kind of like a round table discussion, kind of something that can kind of help get that going. That show is called The 101 Scariest Horror Movie Moments of All Time. So it's talking about like, so again, let's just go to Psycho, for example. I'm using this as a one-time example because, obviously it's easy to talk about the entire movie as a whole. But for Psycho, like how can you talk about Psycho and not talk about the shower scene? Arguably one of the most famous scenes in all of movies. So many more that I don't want to really go into, but there's there's 8 different ones. All of these episodes range around the 40, we'll say 40 to 45 to 50 minutes ish, in that general ballpark. And the reviews are great. There's only one season, unfortunately, But what they do is they do a fantastic job of just breaking down how maybe a scene was shot, how people acted in it, how an audience reacted to a film. And it kind of like pulls back the curtain a little bit in terms of how to dissect a scene based on the audio, based on the written script, based on maybe an ad lib, and what have you. And it just kind of goes on and on and on. And this is one of my favorite shows that I wish I could talk about more often. They did one show last year. I believe, I'm totally guessing, it's just like a once-off and that's it. But, because there isn't anything right now. But it's worth, again, I know I mentioned Creepshow recently, Joe Bob, but this as a pseudo-documentary I don't even know if I want to call it a documentary or docuseries, because it's really a film class in snippets. That's all that is. I mean, it's well shot. It's kind of, it's enticing to, it keeps you looped in, is basically what I'm trying to say. And you're going to learn a lot, man. And by the end of it, because you can check off and see what movies you have or haven't watched, which is fun, but it gives me like a bit of a to-do list. Like, oh, I kind of want to check that out. I want to check this out. I don't really care for that, and so on and so forth. And that's one reason why I think this show is really cool, because it kind of just helps you with your approach and maybe what you want to watch next, why you may like it, and better yet, the people who maybe have created that moment or that movie, maybe you see what else they want to do. And I sure as heck have done that watching this. I actually kind of want to give it another rewatch because it was just that darn good. And I'm not logged into my account, but I'm seeing people from like within the last month of viewing this. And I'm seeing just 5 stars. I don't know if the website suppresses the reviews, but at the very top, it's got 5 skulls. Not 5 stars, kids, but 5 skulls. So there you go. Season 1 of the 101 Scariest Horror Movie Moments of All Time. Also going on, just something that I saw before, that the show Riverdale finale wrapped up after 7 seasons. I kind of forgot about the show, to be totally honest with you. Like maybe 2 episodes in. Wasn't my thing, that's okay. But it just made me think of the comic Afterlife with Archie. This is something I read a while ago. I have to check to see exactly when it came out, but it was just a really cool standalone horror story with the cast of Riverdale. I honestly got to read it again because it's been so long. I can't really tell you why I can't give it a proper review because it has been that long. The only thing that I can truly remember is that I love the aesthetics of the artwork and the colors. I thought they were complementary. I thought it matched the kind of horror Halloween-y kind of vibe at the same time, but it felt like something where it was somewhat, if I can recall, all ages, kind of, sort of, if I recall. Don't hold me to it on that one. And it made me wanting more. I know there was a bunch of other stuff that was going on behind the scenes of why they didn't really continue this, so to speak, or branched out differently, I should say, maybe. But yeah, that's something that's definitely on my list. So, but if you do get a chance to read a comic book or pick up a graphic novel, Afterlife with Archie, because I'm definitely interested in picking it up myself. And there you go. Guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. These micro episodes, nailing it down. And especially when you don't have notes. You're just going off the top of your head. You can only talk for so effing long. So there you go. But guys, you can follow me as MontesMayhem, MontesMayhem. I have all the social medias. I have the .com. I have the @Gmail. And most importantly, I have the eBay store, where that would help support me very much. So until then, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Be nice to everyone. And talk to you later. Bye.